Hey guys, welcome to day 23 of your 30-day challenge. I'm your host, Danielle Cotis, helping you live up to your highest potential. Tap into that amazing brain of yours, rewire that subconscious so that you can change your internal world so your external world changes. And you can truly live the life that you desire and the one that you dream of. So, how many of you wake up in the morning and feel like crap? How many of you are like thinking about your problems over and over again? You think about them before you go to sleep. You think about them when you wake up. Here's a little tidbit. The same thoughts that you thought yesterday are going to be the same thoughts that you think today. What you think about before you go to sleep are going to be the thoughts that you think about when you wake up. So how many of you are searching for your problems in the morning? It's like, what was I thinking about yesterday that was causing me anxiety? Let me think about that again. How many of you do that? Because I've done that for years and I've over the years started to change it, but it still pops up. It's like I'm searching for things to cause me anxiety, trauma, confusion, right? Guilt, shame, whatever. It's like our brain is wired to go to sleep feeling this way and wake up in the morning feeling this way and thinking these same thoughts, right? And it's so true that we really do think the same thoughts as yesterday that we do today. So in order to make a change and in order to change our lives, we have to start thinking different thoughts. We have to start believing differently. We have to start entering life differently. We just have to, right? If you were in the same place as you were last year or 5 years ago or 10 years ago, like you really need to start making a change because that is the definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result, right? So it's time to start thinking differently. Now, every morning, I want you to ask yourself just a few questions. I don't want you to take a whole lot of time with this, but I want to ask you to ask yourself, who do I want to be today? How do I want to show up? And what am I going to do to show up this way? All right. So just 3 questions, right? Who do I want to show up to be today? What does that mean, right? Do I want to show up as the best version of myself today? Do I want to show up being more present? Do I want to show up being happier, more playful, calmer, right? More relaxed? Do I want to show up with a positive attitude today? Why do I want to show up this way? Like who is relying on me to show up today? Okay. This is a Dr. Joe Dispenza question, right? Who is relying on me to show up this way? Now, when I was going through postpartum depression and anxiety and I was coaching moms afterwards, I would really employ my moms that you need to show up as the best version of you. Like if you want to pull yourself out of this, your sole purpose, if you can't make it you, it has to be your child, right? You have to force yourself, that's what I did, to show up to the best of my ability for my son, right? That's what I do every single day. That's why I'm doing this, because I want to show up as the best version of myself for my son so that he feels loved and safe and secure, and he will eventually show up as the best version of himself. The more I grow, the more I learn, the more he grows, the more he learns, the higher I raise my vibe, the higher he raises his vibe. So you have to figure out, who do you need to show up for today in this state, right? And for some of you, you're going to be very self-aware and you're going to decide it's going to be me, right? I'm going to show up as the best version of myself today because it's got to be for me. I got to make the changes. I got to commit to myself. I'm on this self-love journey. I'm on this self-discovery journey, and I need to show up for me. So figure out who you need to show up for and why this is important. Why do you want to show up for yourself? What do you want to change? Why do you want to show up for your mom, your dad, your aunts, your uncle? I don't know. Why do you want to show up for that person, right? And why is this important that you show up as a different version of yourself, right? So when I wake up in the morning, who do I want to be, right? And I try to embody the characteristics and the personality traits that my future self has, right? That's one who is organized, who is calm, who is proactive, right? Follows her priorities, follows her values and her morals. A woman who is empowered when she wakes up and feels powerful, follows her intuition, right? Follows through 100%, goes with the flow of life. Like that is so very important for me because that's what I see in my brain as my future self. So every morning I'm like, who am I going to show up as today? And how am I going to do this? a lot of times it's just going to be me focusing on being in the present moment throughout my day. Now, guys, that's no easy feat. I'm telling you right now, your brain fucking travels all over the place. If you haven't watched the video of the power of being present, go back. So for me, it's focusing on being proactive. And then when something that doesn't go arise, it's focusing on my reaction to it, right? And my positive reaction and or neutral reaction as opposed to being reactive. I used to be a yeller years ago, and I used to freak out about every situation or go into a deep depression or deep despair. And now I can proudly say I don't do that anymore. And it's not to say that I don't get angry. It's not to say that I don't find despair or drop into that, because I do. But it's to say I don't do it nearly as much as I used to, which is amazing. I'm very proud of that. So who are you going to show up today as? Why do you want to show up as this person? And what are you going to do to show up as that person? What this allows you to do is open parts of your brain, right? Open those wiring systems, right? Create those new neural pathways in your brain so you start thinking differently, right? We want to be able to have completely different thoughts than we had yesterday, and actually completely different thoughts than we had 5 years ago or a year ago. You want to be a year from, you're thinking, you want to have the thoughts of the future version of you in 6 months from now, right? The thoughts of the future version of you in a year from now, right? The future thoughts of the person you want to be in 5 years from now. So really trying to cultivate showing up as that person every morning, or at least attempting to, right? Now, it's not going to happen right away. You're not going to just all of a sudden turn into your future self, but slowly but surely, you're going to start turning into your future self. Like before I started this, I wanted to meditate every day. I wanted to work out every day. I wanted to write every day, film every day, right? And I was like, oh, this is so big. I don't think I can do that. But it started small. Like, how can I show up as this new version of me? How can I become this new version of me, right? And just little by little, taking those steps and thinking those thoughts. What would my future self do? What would she think? How would she respond? How would she do these things? And little by little, now I work out every day. Now I meditate every day. Now I film every day. Now I'm writing every day, right? So it goes little by little, but I promise you, if you just do these small little exercises and just ask yourself these really important questions, you're going to change your brain. It's inevitable, but you have to keep doing it. You have to keep going. It's not something you do one day and be like, this didn't work, Danielle, blah, blah, blah. No, you have to keep doing this. Keep showing up for yourself every morning. I don't care if it takes you 30 seconds or 30 minutes. It doesn't matter. Ask yourself, who do you want to be today? Say, who do I want to be today? What do I want to do in the world today? How do I want to show up? Who do I need to show up for? Who do I need to be? How can I be this version of myself today? What is one thing I can do to make myself in line with my future self or who I want to be today? What can I do today? All right. So leave in the comments below. I want to know who you want to show up as today. What version of you do you want to show up? The best version of you, the half-assed version of you, because on those days where you don't show up as the best version of you, things fall to shit. Now, that's not to say that you need to be perfect every day. You do not. But every day you want to show up as the best version of you as you can on that day. And if you fuck up, go back to yesterday's video. It's okay. You can't feel enough shame or guilt or despair to change your life. You cannot. So you just start again. That is the beauty of this life, is every moment you can start again. Every day you can start again. Every night you can start again. Every morning you can start again. You can just keep starting again. It's okay. You will get there. I swear. I promise you, you will. All right. Leave in the comments below how you want to show up today, who you need to show up for, why you need to do this, and what's one thing that you're going to do to show up as this version of yourself today. Remember to like and subscribe to this video and share with your friends. I'm sending you so much light and love. Until next time.